We've got Craig James with us here today. Craig James is the Chief Economist for CommSec, and welcome here today, Craig.
It's good to be here.
Property market in Australia, quick wrap up.
Well, we've got a patchwork economy, and I think we've got very much, sort of a patchwork residential, sort of market as well. Sydney, we haven't seen a lot of units and apartments and freestanding houses build over time, so the rental market there is very, very tight. Got a rental vacancy rate around about 1.5%, starting to see prices lift. We've got in the top end in Northern Territory, we've got the INPEX LNG plant, liquefied natural gas. It's going ahead. Greater demand for property prices are starting to rise there. Canberra as well, and even in terms of Brisbane, and Perth, things are starting to move. South Australia still, sort of a bit on the soft side, and it gets back to the fact that the start of the noughties, the population growth was starting to pick up, dwelling starts were gradually picking up, so gradually over time, but period 2007 through to 2010, we basically built too much in terms of supply. Now we're absorbing that. We've got a rental vacancy rate in South Australia around about 3.5%, a little bit above so what would be considered sort of normal. As a result, prices are softening. But when do you buy property? Do you buy property when prices are a little bit on the soft side, sort of going down, things are starting to stabilise, or do you buy them when they're going gangbusters? At the moment, there's plenty of opportunities out there, but it's for the longer term. You're buying now, for the longer term. Certainly not for a short-term, sort of price gain.
Okay, so let's just look at very specifically South Australia. Any thoughts about short, medium, long term? Let's assume from what you've just said that we're either at the bottom or close. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I think we're bottoming out now. I mean, so we've got house prices down around about 4%, sort of on a year ago. Units aren't so bad. They're down around about 2%, sort of on a year ago. And we've got to remember, particularly the Gen Y, sort of type market, they do have a different focus to different generations. They want to be buying the units and apartments. They want to be closer to the capital city, so they want, sort of things closer to Adelaide. So that's happening, at the moment as well. But I think what we're doing is we're absorbing stock. Population growth, we need to see that probably picking up a little bit, and then the market will start to run through. And I think we're at that stage where things are starting to turn. 2 interest rate cuts, sort of affordability, sort of is very, very good now. And now you just need some confidence by, buyers, investors to move back into the market.